Oh my goodness, good morning, my beautiful epic peeps. How are you today? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Samantha, and I am so grateful to be here on behalf of Epic. Epic is a beautiful, multifaceted platform. Epic stands for Empowering People, Inspiring Community. And this platform that I just mentioned consists of a beautiful print publication that we print every other month, bi monthly. We also have a beautiful digital version of this resource. And of course, our social media real estate that is populated as we get to it. So, good morning, good morning. I'm going to just do something with my light here. We're not seeing a lot of sunshine. Whoa. That's funny because the lady that I'll be bringing forward in a few minutes, she's really helped me to learn how to shine my light. So we're just going to go with it because we know everything. Look at there's blue, yellow, everything is in divine order. And we're here to have fun and to help empower, inspire. And none of this would be possible without my beloved co publisher and co creator, Lisa. Without Lisa, none of this would be possible. Please show her some love and light through your comments. She's always working in the background to make Epic what it is and what it is going into. My name is Samantha, and I'm going to be bringing forward a guest in a few minutes that you're going to be sure not to want to miss. If you have anybody in your circle that's interested in mediumship, hop on, reach out, send them a text, tell them to get on here. They need to listen to this conversation I'm going to have with one of my greatest teachers and mentors, Reverend Violet. Before I get to bringing Reverend Violet forward, I want to thank Reverend Lori Ingram for an absolutely empowering and inspiring, right along with our mission, right, workshop that she hosted on Sunday. It's called Sacred Seasons, and we really went in deep to the root chakra energy. I want to thank Reverend Lori for that. I want to remind everybody that Epic is about building community and collaborating with various practitioners and teachers and visionary leaders. And these visionary leaders and teachers are always offering their service through workshops and events. So check them out and show them some love by, hopping on to one of their virtual workshops or giving them a call to schedule an appointment. Really, they are some very, very, very powerful people that we collaborate with, and it is because of them that we are here. So, that being said, I'm here today because of the energy and loving support that I've received from Reverend Violet Schonhardt. I met Reverend Violet when I first started seminary in Roanoke, Virginia, and I remember being uh, almost afraid. I was a new kid on the block, the new student, and I really didn't know my way around. But the first thing that I did was I hopped into service, right? I said, okay, I know that the way I'm going to get to meet people and really know them is by serving them. So I signed up for my kitchen duty. And I can remember for probably the first semester, maybe two, Reverend Violet would come through, and she's a petite little spitfire, and she'd come through every day for her breakfast or lunch and her dinner. And we really didn't talk too much. I got this, oh my goodness, does Reverend Violet, does she see me? What does she think of me? All this ego paranoia I had going on. And then I had a class with Reverend Violet. And it was, I believe it was the origins of the Bible. And from that moment of, really dialoguing with her one on one in that class, I knew that this woman was a great source of wisdom, that I don't have to worry about what Reverend Violet is thinking because it's always based in the vibration of love. She is a metaphysical practitioner and intuitive that has a ministry and a business she calls Spiritual Pathways. One thing that Reverend Violet does is she has fun with her mediumship and her clairvoyant readings. Not only fun, but healing. So, as a retired teacher and a public school system administrator for 14 years, she brings with her that professionalism, but with a heart that is like no other. So, give Reverend Violet your love and your light as I bring her forward. I tell you, if you know anybody interested in mediumship, you need to go get them and have them listen to Reverend Violet. Hello.
Hi.
It worked. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm honored that you're here. I do consider you one of my most sacred spiritual teachers and mentors. And I'm grateful that through this pandemic, it has really created a pathway, a spiritual pathway for us to grow together in relationship and love and friendship and all that. So I know a little bit about you, but can you tell our viewers who you are and how your journey has progressed to where you are right now, Reverend Violet?
I would be happy to, but first, thank you for that wonderful, humbling introduction, Samantha. I appreciate that, and I'm grateful for it.
I'm grateful for you.
And sometimes, well, it's kind of hard to see myself in that way. But anyway, when I was 38 years old, I was led through, if any of you are old enough to remember the CBs, when we had CB radios.
Oh, yes.
And I met somebody who was a spiritualist. And I ended up at Camp Chesterfield, which is a spiritualist camp in Indiana, and Chesterfield, Indiana. And it was, I ended up going into a spiritualist church in Muncie, Indiana, when I was 38. And, well, that was 40 years ago. And so that I knew I had come home. The lady there was Reverend Virginia Leach Falls. And she was in the time frame of Reverend Gladys Strome. And it was like the difference between day and night. And I often say my life is divided by spiritualism and before, or Reverend Virginia and before. So that's the division of my life since that time. And then I learned through spiritualism about guides and teachers and loved ones in the world of spirit. And at first I was afraid of it because I'd grown up in a fundamental religious background. But then with Reverend Virginia, I just could not. She was such a kind, gentle soul. And I knew my heart had led me there. And from then on, I have worked with mediumship. And I define it as you can practice mediumship or you can be a medium. Mm-hmm. And my teachers are in and around and about and with me 24/7. And so I've said so many times, I intend to be able to do my work as long as I'm on this planet. When it's time for me to leave, I just want to release and let go. And I know it can be done. Absolutely. And so what I call my work, and I brought it here, right here, I call this, I work with my teachers and I call it working with Spirit University. And I have this little smiley face guy at the enter of that. And Spirit, and it's hard for me to show you this because with this, it's backwards.
It's mirrored, yeah. Yeah, we could see it though. We could see it.
Yeah, that's at Spirit University is available, and my teachers in Spirit 24/7, and it's free.
Right.
It doesn't cost me a penny. So from that time on, I've had developed my own healing certification program that I did in a Unity church for a while. And we had quite a few students that came to that. And I was, again, 14 years a seminary instructor, yes. A retired public school teacher for journalism and English, and from the children's home in Knightstown, Indiana. So I've had a variety in my background. And
it sounds like Spirit's always led, like post Reverend Virginia. and spirit has really led you in the direction through the pathways that you've taken. You've let them guide you, correct? That's what it
That
sounds
is
like.
true.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to go back to something that you said, Reverend Violet, and this really helped me when I was new in seminary and developing my mediumship. You said that being a medium, the way that what I just heard you say is it's just allowing those vibrations, whether it be loved ones in spirit or your teachers and guides. Can you tell us a little bit more about what is around you, or how you define your teachers? What are they, so our viewers know that they're spirit energies. It's not necessarily loved one in spirit. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. And again, my parents, like mother and dad, are right here now, and I'm aware mother just put her hands on my shoulders. And it's you're doing this. It's, I call it psychic mediumship, because you use your psychic abilities, but it's also, and a medium. When I am a medium and a clear channel, then I am that all the time. When you practice a mediumship, it's something that you do for a work or whatever. But as I move through this, and then there are so many people who come around, and it is my grandma Sarah comes sometimes, but then my Dr. Baker is right here now, and he's my doctor of philosophy. And he works me with the metaphysical philosophy and whatever else that we need. But also, we work with those who call themselves angels, ascended masters, archangels, whomever, whoever, universal, And right now, I have learned from Spirit, and I'm so pleased because I have been doing some channeling as well, and have been experiencing channeling with a group in Connecticut. That I have learned so much about. So many from the world of spirit, as I call it, have moved so close to us because we need them right now, and they need us because we're in the time of evolution on our planet as we make that necessary shift from just being in the physical world, or linear, if you understand that, third dimension, and switching into the fourth and those upper higher states of consciousness into what I'm calling Spirit University, which is unlimited opportunities, not limited with just one way of doing something or one solution, but a whole boatload of opportunities.
You had quoted here, Reverend Violet, in the questionnaire that you sent to me. And I just want you to expand a little bit on this statement. It says, "It is my intention to love the whole of life on the planet, quote, to give love, and love to heart will flow. Give it not, and love you will never know." That's a quote. It's one of your touchstones. How do you express yourself? I mean, can you expand on that a little bit? Give love, and love to heart will flow. And you're speaking on a planetary, as a whole. Um, I myself um, walk through my days with that intention, and I find myself constricting quite often. Can you tell us how you set your intention to walk openly like that?
I will. And I call it being a loving care bear. And that's a full-time love bug. It is give love, and love to your heart will flow. Give it not, and love you will never know. And so to me, there are those lower states of consciousness, which are the fear, the anger, and the hate, that we need to meet and address in this physical world. And right now, with COVID and all of the things that are happening, the social injustice, the planetary alignment of climate change. So these things all come together when you're thinking happy and enjoying life and having fun and moving into those. So to me, when I don't give that unconditional love, and that's what I'm referring to as unconditional love, when I don't give that, then I suffer. And so, that love, that boomerangs. And we see in our world now that polarization. So I've been learning to work with turning the pain of the trauma into purpose and loving everybody and all life on this planet, including boulders, rocks, and everything, without condition, no matter whether they agree to me or not. And I call it being a full-time love bug.
Oh my
And this is my little full-time love bug, my prayerful love bug, so that I can rise above in politics or in any direction, that I can love without condition. And I can send light and love to someone even when their viewpoints are absolutely opposite of mine. And that's what I've been working with, and that's an inside job.
hmm hmm And I love, I love the whimsy that you bring to our world and to my life with your spirit university, with your love bug path, with your guide bubbles. You've taught me, and I know that you're here to share that with others, those who are watching now and that'll watch later, that joy, joy really is the vibration that will begin to allow us to claim that divine inheritance, right? Because it's there, political views aside, opinions aside, race aside, it is that vibration of joy and love that we're here to tap into and to cultivate. I want to thank you. You taught me it was okay to work with my spirit, my joy guide. I call her Micah. Um, and can you tell us a little bit about how you serve your clients through spiritual pathways, what types of services you offer, and how we might be able to get in touch with you if we'd like to talk to you about learning or receiving, whatever it is?
Okay, well, I have several different things, but they all work with mediumship, because my teachers, what I call my teachers, and those in the world of spirit, like Dr. Baker, who works with, is my doctor of philosophy, or my little joy guide bubbles, or my alchemist, Dr. Jones, and on my Indians, or master teachers, all of them, and so many more who have come. They work for me, and I work with, and it's all through mediumship, but it's spiritual mentoring. And I work with spiritual mentoring, with whether it's with, I have some mediumship mentoring clients that are working to develop their mediumship, and so I work with them individually. I work recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've been working with science, integrating with spirituality, and we find that science is proving what we have known for some time from the world of spirit. So I enjoy so much reading, and I've given you a list of books and things. Bruce Lipton, for example, Chuck Dawson, Greg Braden, a lot of them have been proving these wonderful things. And when you unite the two, it's even more clearly. I work with energy healing, which is in the same vein as Reiki, except it's my teachers working through me. And then I work with exploring past lives. But it all comes together through mediumship.
Okay. And I know that Lisa's going to be sharing your contact information in the comments. Um, she already is actually. So, and I have to say, everybody who's watching, if you're looking for a spiritual mentor and some mediumship mentoring, Reverend Violet, I've had, I've had the blessing of being in seminary with her as a teacher, but also we did a phone conversation, Reverend Violet, where you helped me to remember, or helped my teachers to remind me that they're always here for me. My joy guide, Micah, my one red feather is one of my protectors. And that is a blessing that you helped to, I guess, reignite through this COVID for me. I felt lost in some ways. And by just having that one conversation with the babies crying and everything, I heard you, and it really has helped me to get back on the horse, get back on the horse and allow it to carry me instead of trying to, pull that horse along. I guess
Right.
that's a good analogy, I guess.
Right.
So, time goes by so quickly, so quickly. I am going to put up a list of the authors that you just spoke of, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, in regards to the science. I know that you have a another interview coming up, or has that? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Who you're going to be talking with? Is it the World?
Yes, I do have on the 23rd of February. It is with Reverend Rosemary, and it's a global thing.
Okay.
With peace and everything, and it's a global peace, and so there are Muslims, and it's all over the world. And so I'm going to be talking about actually unconditional love and metaphysical principles and peace, establishing peace in the world. So that is just so. I'm so looking forward to that as well.
I'm always in awe of you, Reverend Violet. And I know that, once we're able to roam about the universe as we used to, quote unquote, that we will be together again. I see you coming for a visit or something. I'm grateful that you were in a different part of North Carolina. When I put the news on this morning for a real quick weather check, I thought of all my friends in Carolina, so I know that we're sending them love and light also. And for those that are watching, again, I can't stress it enough. If you have any questions in regards to metaphysics or metaphysical mentoring, or even wanting to receive a healing through Zoom with Reverend Violet, I highly, highly recommend. As I said, she's a wisdom woman. She's one of my my women of wisdom. That's what I feel with you, Reverend Violet. As we start to wrap up with going into really our second year of isolation, what do you foresee for yourself as the rest of the year begins to unfold? What are some other projects besides the interview that you're working on that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm working on my book. I'm doing a book that's called Comfort Food for the Soul.
Love it.
And it's a journey of new hope. And there's this little teacup there. And that little teacup is so special because, again, through another medium, I was allowed to, Reverend Donna Fitzgerald, she allowed my grandma to move through her and actually pick up a cup of tea and drink that cup of tea. So that is such a special thing. And so I just had so much joy with that. And so to me, a cup of tea is so comfortable. So right now I feel like, again, with spirit, we know we don't walk alone. And that's been one of my challenges because of not going out into the community so much and being here, and I live with my dog. But for me to know that I never walk alone because those in the world of spirit are guiding me and are with me. They enfold me in a blanket of love. And so to me, that's comfort food for the soul. And so now I think we're in this time of transition when we all begin to know we never walk alone and that our souls are opening up so that we can know that we're multidimensional universal beings. And so I'm just going to keep on with that. And I have my own meditation group, and I have room for some other groups or speaking engagements. Of course, most of them right now are all on Zoom. I gave up my physical building, so I'm doing this now. So I'm filled with joy and new hope at this transition time. And it's gotten so I love to send love to people who don't know how to love to the fullest extent. And that makes me feel so good to love people that um, they're just not at that place yet. And I sometimes am not either.
Right.
So I have to face my challenges and enfold them with love, letting go of that fear.
And you had mentioned the inside job, and I think that this time that we've all been journeying through is really, for me anyway, has highlighted the need for that inside work.
Exactly.
That inside work. So again, I want to thank you, and I cannot stress this enough. If there's anybody watching that has any questions about working with teachers in spirit, and getting to know your guides, and that support group that you always have around you, Reverend Violet is a person that can help you tune into that vibration, and to really begin to live as a medium, and which means, like you said, Reverend Violet, being enfolded with that constant love and that constant support and guidance. And again, I could thank you all day long, but but I can't. So I'm going to just one more time. I really am grateful for you, and that spirit has put our paths together, and I'm excited to see how it's going to unfold. I really hope you consider our Sage Wisdom feature, which I'll send you some more information on. We'd love to have your words in print with us. Um, and yeah, just stay with me as I say goodbye to our beautiful community that's watching now, and those that'll watch later. Please remember to stay safe in everything that you do. Everything you do, really, you matter. So stay safe. Remember to be you. Stay true to that authentic, beautiful love bug that you are, right? Stay true to yourself, okay? Stay tuned for tomorrow. We have Carrie from Soulful Sydney coming on board with us for our epic interviews. Mairead from the Cove is going to join us. So we're going to have a couple of guests tomorrow. It's going to be very important. We're going to be talking about the grieving children and how they're helping to restore hope and healing to those grieving children. And then stay tuned for Thursday. We have Caitlin Casso from Her Inspired podcast. She's going to be on Thursday. Again, I want to thank Reverend Violet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For our community, please, we love you always with love and light. We say peace out, Epic Scouts. Bye.